Hey there, my friend. Before you scroll past this video, let me ask you one question. What if the next 5 minutes could change the way you wake up for the rest of your life? Not next month, not next year, tomorrow morning. Because what you are about to hear is not a list, it is a hidden pattern. A pattern that quietly separates the people who rise, grow, and shine from the people who stay stuck, tired, and frustrated. And once you see this pattern, you cannot unsee it. Here is a question I want you to sit with for a moment. Why do some people seem calm, even in chaos? Why do some people speak with confidence, think with clarity, and move through their day like they own it, while others feel rushed, foggy, and behind before the sun is even fully up? It is not luck. It is not talent. It is not even intelligence. It is something far simpler and far more powerful. It is the first hour of the day. Think about it honestly for a second. You have probably met someone who seems naturally organized, naturally calm under pressure, naturally clear about what they want. And maybe you have quietly assumed that this person was simply born that way, that some people just have it and others do not. But if you could watch their mornings quietly from the corner of their room, you would notice something surprising. There is no magic there at all. Just a series of small, deliberate choices, repeated so many times that they now look effortless from the outside. That single hour, quiet, private, unseen by anyone else, is where success is truly built. Because here is a truth nobody tells you. You do not fail at night. You fail in the morning. Every bad decision, every wasted day, every lost dream, it all starts with a morning that was never claimed. Let me be honest with you about something. I used to believe that successful people were simply built differently, that they had some rare gift for discipline that the rest of us were missing. But the more I studied the mornings of calm, capable, thriving people, the more I realized something humbling. They are not superhuman. They do not have more hours in their day than you do. They do not feel motivated every single morning either. What they have is a repeated pattern, small, almost boring actions performed again and again until those actions quietly became who they are. And the beautiful part of this truth is simple. If it is a pattern, it can be learned. And if it can be learned, you can learn it too. Starting tomorrow, starting with your very next alarm. Today, I am going to hand you 7 simple, doable, life-shaping morning habits. These are not tricks. They are not shortcuts. They are the quiet, repeated actions of people who built real success, real peace, and real confidence. And this video is also your English practice ground, because every idea I share, you will hear in clear, simple English, so your mind grows and your language grows together. So, if you are ready to stop drifting through your mornings and start owning them, keep watching, because habit number 1 is closer than you think. Habit 1. Choose your wake-up time and protect it like treasure. This sounds so small, almost too small to matter, but small is not the same as weak. In fact, this tiny habit carries more power than almost anything else on this list. Here is why. Every single morning, you fight a quiet battle. Your alarm rings, and a voice inside you whispers, "Just a little more sleep." That voice feels harmless. But that voice is deciding your entire day before you even open your eyes. Think about a normal, ordinary morning. The alarm sounds at 7. You press snooze. 9 minutes later, it rings again. You press snooze once more. Now it is 7:20. You jump out of bed in a panic. You rush through washing your face. You grab food without tasting it. You are already behind, already stressed, already reacting instead of leading. And notice something important. Your day did not start when the sun rose. It started the moment you chose to obey that snooze button instead of your own goals. Now picture something different. The alarm rings at 7. You open your eyes. You do not negotiate with yourself. You sit up slowly, take one deep breath, and say quietly, "This is my day." There is no chaos, no rush, no argument with yourself. Just calm ownership. This one decision, waking when you said you would, tells your brain something powerful. And it says, "I keep my word to myself." And once your brain believes that about you, it starts trusting you with bigger goals too. This is exactly why athletes, founders, and disciplined thinkers around the world protect their wake-up time so fiercely. It is not about waking up at 5 in the morning specifically. It is about picking a time, any time that fits your life, and never breaking that promise. Not even on weekends, not even when you feel lazy. Because the version of you who wakes up when they said they would is simply a stronger version of you than the one who negotiates every single day. There is another layer to this habit that most people never notice. When you keep your word about something as simple as your wake-up time, your brain quietly stops questioning your other decisions too. You start trusting yourself with the harder promises, finishing a project, starting a new skill, saying no to something that no longer serves you. That is the hidden gift of habit 1. It is never really about the clock. It is about becoming a person whose word to themselves actually means something. So choose a realistic time tonight. Write it down somewhere you will see it, and treat tomorrow morning as the very first quiet proof that you keep your promises. Habit 2. Delay your phone for the first hour of the day. Right now, think honestly about your normal morning. What is the very first thing your fingers touch after your alarm? For most people, it is not water, not sunlight, not silence. It is a screen. And within seconds, your mind is already flooded. A message that stresses you, a photo that makes you feel behind in life, a video that pulls your attention somewhere you never chose to go. You have not even stood up yet, and your mind is already borrowed by someone else's world. Let me paint 2 mornings for you. In the first one, you wake up and immediately reach for your phone. You read a tense email. You scroll through someone's vacation photos and feel a small ache of comparison. You watch a few short videos, laugh a little, feel a little empty. By the time you stand up, your mind is noisy, scattered, and slightly heavier than when you woke up. In the second morning, you wake up and your phone stays exactly where it is. You stretch your arms above your head, you drink a glass of water slowly. You look out of a window for 30 seconds and simply breathe. Your mind is still yours, quiet, clear, unclaimed by anyone else's opinions or highlights. Which of these 2 people do you think walks into their day with more focus, more peace, and more power? This is not about deleting your phone forever. It is about ownership. Whoever touches your attention first in the morning becomes the architect of your mood for hours afterward. So instead of the phone, try this. Splash cool water on your face. Say 2 or 3 honest sentences out loud in English. Something like, "I am calm today. I am in control of my morning." Stretch your body gently for a minute. Set your own 3 intentions before the world sets its demands on you. Do this for even 7 days, and you will notice something remarkable. You start the day standing on your own ground instead of someone else's noise. I know what you might be thinking right now. What if something urgent is waiting for me? What if I miss an important message? Here is the honest truth. Almost nothing that arrives while you sleep truly needs you in the first 60 seconds after you wake. What feels urgent is usually just loud, not important. Real emergencies are rare. Constant notifications are not. So give yourself permission to protect this window fiercely, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. That slight discomfort you feel when you resist checking your phone, that is not weakness. That is the exact moment your self-control is quietly growing stronger. Think of it this way. Your attention in the morning is like the very first pour of water into an empty glass. Whatever fills that glass first tends to color everything poured in afterward. If the first pour is noise, comparison, and other people's demands, the rest of your day tends to taste a little like anxiety, even in calm moments. But if the first pour is silence, intention, and your own honest thoughts, the rest of your day carries a quiet steadiness that is hard to shake, even when problems appear later. This is why protecting even 60 simple minutes each morning can shift an entire day, not through any dramatic action, but simply through sequence, through choosing what fills your glass first. Habit 3. Move your body before you move your schedule. Your body is not separate from your mind. It is the engine room. And if the engine sits cold and still, everything you try to do afterward feels heavier than it should. You do not need a gym membership or an hour of intense training. You need movement. Real, simple, honest movement. Enough to wake every part of you up. Picture this small scene. It is early morning. You step out of bed, and instead of sitting straight down, you stand tall, roll your shoulders back, and take 5 long breaths. Then you do 20 seconds of gentle jumping in place, 10 slow squats, and a stretch reaching toward your toes. That is it. No equipment, no special clothes, just 2 or 3 minutes of honest movement. And notice what happens inside you. Your breathing deepens. Blood moves faster through your body. Your shoulders, which were tense from sleep, begin to loosen. Something inside you shifts from sleepy to awake, from foggy to sharp. There is a reason performers, dancers, athletes, and even public speakers move their bodies before big moments. Movement is a signal. It tells your nervous system, we are awake now, we are ready. When you skip this signal, your body stays half asleep, even while your mind tries to function. And that mismatch is exactly why so many people feel tired by 9 in the morning, even after 8 hours of sleep. So tomorrow, before you check a single message, give your body 2 minutes of honest attention. Walk around your room, stretch toward the ceiling, shake out your arms and legs like you are shaking off yesterday. Your energy for the entire day often begins in these small, unglamorous minutes. And here is a bonus for you as an English learner. While you stretch or walk, play a short English audio in your ear, even 1 minute of it. Let your body wake your muscles, while your ears wake your language skills, both growing together in the same quiet minutes. You might tell yourself you are too tired for movement in the morning, and that feeling is completely normal. But notice something interesting. Tiredness in the morning is rarely solved by sitting still. It is usually solved by exactly the opposite. A small burst of honest movement that tells your nervous system it is truly time to begin. Give it a genuine try tomorrow, even on a day you feel low on energy. And notice how different your first hour feels once your body has been given permission to wake up alongside your mind. Now stay with me here, because the next habit might be the most important one on this entire list, even though it looks like doing nothing at all. Habit 4. Sit in stillness for 5 honest minutes. Here is something surprising. The loudest, busiest people are rarely the clearest thinkers. The clearest thinkers are usually the ones who have learned to sit in silence, even briefly, before the noise of the day reaches them. Most of us wake up already carrying yesterday. Yesterday's argument, yesterday's mistake, yesterday's worry about tomorrow. And because we never pause to set that weight down, we carry it for weeks, sometimes years, without even realizing it. Imagine someone who wakes up and immediately starts a silent storm of thoughts. I have too much to do. I did not finish what I promised. What if today goes wrong again? That storm begins before their feet even touch the floor, and they have not even opened their eyes yet. Now imagine someone else. They sit up in bed, place both feet flat on the ground, close their eyes, and simply breathe, not trying to think of nothing, just noticing their breath enter and leave. After 5 quiet minutes, their heartbeat has slowed. Their thoughts have settled like dust after a storm. They are not blank, they are clear. And clarity, real clarity, is the quiet advantage that successful people carry into every meeting, every decision, every conversation. You do not need a special room or a cushion or candles for this. You need 5 minutes and a willingness to simply sit. Close your eyes. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. If thoughts come, and they will, do not fight them. Simply notice them, like clouds passing, and let them drift on. This tiny practice builds something most people never build, an inner stillness that does not shake every time the outside world gets loud. And a mind that does not shake is a mind that makes better decisions all day long. Some people worry that sitting still for 5 minutes will feel strange, boring, or even a little uncomfortable at first. And honestly, it often does. Your mind, used to constant input, might resist the quiet the same way a muscle resists a new stretch. That is completely normal, and it passes. Do not judge the quality of your stillness by how empty your mind becomes. Judge it simply by whether you showed up and sat, breath after breath, for those 5 honest minutes. Over time, the discomfort fades, and what remains is a small, steady anchor you can return to on even the most chaotic days. There is an old idea, repeated in many cultures across many centuries, that the quality of your outer life mirrors the quality of your inner silence. You do not need to believe in anything mystical to see the practical truth in this. A person who never pauses tends to react quickly, speak hastily, and regret often. A person who pauses, even briefly, tends to respond thoughtfully, speak deliberately, and rarely need to take words back. 5 minutes of morning stillness is a small investment, with a return that shows up everywhere, in your tone with loved ones, in your patience with strangers, in the steadiness of your own thinking under pressure. Habit 5. Write your 3 most important tasks before the day writes them for you. There is a big difference between a person who feels busy and a person who is actually moving forward. A busy person answers every message, jumps between 10 small tasks, and reaches nighttime feeling exhausted but somehow empty, like they worked all day but built nothing. A person moving forward does something different. They decide, before the day begins, exactly what truly matters, and they protect that decision fiercely. Let me give you a small story. Picture a woman named Maria. Every morning she wakes up and tells herself she will be productive. She checks messages, replies to small requests, opens 10 browser tabs, reads some news, starts one task, gets interrupted, starts another. By evening, she has done 100 small things and finished almost nothing meaningful. Now picture a man named Leo. Every morning, right after his quiet 5 minutes, he opens a small notebook and writes exactly 3 things. Finish the second chapter of my project. Reply to the client with the final proposal. Practice English speaking for 20 minutes. Just 3 lines, nothing more. No matter what happens during his day, Leo protects those 3 tasks, like promises he made to himself. By evening, all 3 are done, and his mind feels calm, satisfied, complete, even if the rest of the day was messy. This is the quiet power of writing your priorities first. It stops your brain from wasting energy all day, deciding what matters. It already knows. So tomorrow morning, right after your stillness, take 30 seconds and write 3 things, only 3, in clear, simple words. If you are practicing English, write them in English. It is small, quick training for both your mind and your language. Do the 3 things early, before your energy fades, and you will feel something most people rarely feel at the end of a day, the quiet satisfaction of having actually moved forward. Notice something important about Leo's small habit. He never wrote 10 tasks, never tried to reorganize his entire life in one morning. He chose 3, and he protected those 3 with quiet discipline. This is the real secret behind people who seem to accomplish so much without appearing rushed or stressed. They are not doing more things than everyone else. They are doing fewer things, but finishing them completely. Tomorrow morning, resist the urge to write a long list. Choose only 3 lines. Let simplicity carry you further than any long, overwhelming plan ever could. There will be days when unexpected things arrive. A request from someone, a small emergency, a distraction you did not plan for. That is life, and it will always find a way in. But when your 3 priorities are already written down in your own handwriting, staring back at you from a small piece of paper, they act like an anchor pulling you back to what truly matters, even after the distraction has passed. You do not need a perfect day free of interruptions. You simply need a clear enough anchor to return to. Habit 6. Feed your mind something valuable before the world feeds it noise. Right after sleep, your mind is unusually open, almost like fresh soil right after rain. Whatever you plant in those first minutes tends to grow the strongest throughout your day. And here is the honest question. What are you planting? For many people, the very first thing their mind receives is gossip, outrage, comparison, or noise. And then they wonder later why their thinking feels scattered or their mood feels heavy without any clear reason. Now imagine 2 people again, similar age, similar daily life. One of them spends 10 quiet minutes each morning reading something meaningful. A few pages about discipline, emotional strength, or simple, honest wisdom. Over 30 days, something changes in how they speak, how they decide, how calmly they respond to problems. The other person spends those same 10 minutes scrolling short videos and reading arguments online. Over the same 30 days, they feel more tired, more reactive, more scattered, even though they were also, technically, using their mind the whole time. The difference is not effort, it is what was planted. You do not need difficult books or complicated language. Choose something simple. A few pages that talk about growth, confidence, patience, or real stories of people who overcame hard moments. If English is your target language, even better, read slowly. Read the same paragraph twice. Notice new words. Say a sentence out loud. Let your morning reading do 2 jobs at once, strengthening your mindset and strengthening your English, both quietly growing side by side, page after page, day after day. You do not need to finish an entire book quickly, and you should not rush this habit for the sake of speed. The goal is not to consume information fast. The goal is to let one honest idea sink in deeply enough to change a decision later in your day. Sometimes a single sentence, read slowly and thought about carefully, will do more for your growth than an entire chapter skimmed quickly while distracted. Choose depth over speed, and let your morning reading become a quiet conversation between the book and your own life. If you are unsure where to begin, start with something short. A single page, a short article, even a few well-chosen sentences someone else has found meaningful. The habit matters far more than the volume in these early days. Once reading becomes something you simply do each morning, the way you brush your teeth or drink your first glass of water, you can slowly increase the depth and length of what you read. But the foundation is consistency, not ambition. 10 honest minutes, repeated daily for a month, will teach you more than an entire book read once and forgotten. And now, here is the final habit. And honestly, my friend, this one is deeply personal because it connects directly to why you are watching this video right now. Habit 7. Speak, even briefly, in English, every single morning. Let us be honest with each other for a moment. You are not only here for morning habits. You are here because somewhere inside you, there is a dream of speaking English with ease, without fear, without hesitation. And here is a small secret that can move you closer to that dream faster than almost anything else. Speak to yourself in English for 5 honest minutes every morning. Not to anyone else, just to yourself. Maybe in front of a mirror, maybe while making your tea. You are not aiming for perfect grammar. You are aiming for comfort with your own voice. Say something simple. Today, I will grow a little. I will make small mistakes, and that is completely fine. I am becoming more confident every single day. Then, describe your day in a few plain sentences, or describe a small goal you are working toward. Notice what happens. You are not just repeating words. You are quietly teaching your brain that English is not a test you might fail. It is simply your voice, one of your voices, one you are allowed to use freely, imperfectly, and often. Here is a simple version you can start tomorrow. Stand somewhere quiet for a moment. Speak for 5 minutes about anything at all, your plans, your feelings, your small hopes for the day. Do not pause to fix every mistake. Just keep speaking. If you want, record your own voice sometimes, not to judge yourself, but to notice your own progress over weeks. Finish with one strong, simple sentence. Something like, I am learning. I am improving. I will keep going. Do this daily, and slowly the fear around English quietly fades, replaced by something far more useful. Familiarity with your own voice in a new language. Many learners wait for a moment when their English feels ready before they dare to speak it out loud. But that moment rarely arrives on its own. Comfort is built through repetition, not through waiting. Every morning you speak, even imperfectly, even with pauses and small mistakes, you are casting a vote for the version of yourself who speaks with ease. Keep casting that vote daily, and eventually, quietly, that version of you becomes simply who you are. I want you to notice something freeing about this particular habit. There is no audience in the mirror. There is no grade, no test, no judge waiting to correct every mistake. It is simply you, practicing a version of your own voice that you are still becoming comfortable with. Give yourself the same patience you would give a close friend learning something new. Would you criticize a friend harshly for stumbling over a sentence while learning? Of course not. Offer yourself that same warmth every single morning, and watch how much faster your confidence grows when fear is replaced with kindness toward your own effort. So there they are, my friend. 7 small, honest habits. Waking with intention, protecting your mind from noise, moving your body, sitting in stillness, writing your true priorities, feeding your mind something worthwhile, and speaking your growing English voice out loud. None of these require money. None of these require perfect conditions. They only require one thing from you: showing up for yourself tomorrow morning, even before you feel fully ready. And listen, this next part matters, so stay with me for just a moment longer. You do not need to master all 7 habits tomorrow. Choose one, just one. Practice it gently for a week, then quietly add another. Real transformation is never one dramatic leap. It is a series of small, repeated mornings, stacked patiently on top of each other, until one day you look back and realize you have quietly become someone stronger, calmer, and more capable than you were before. I want you to remember something important as you go through your day today. Every person you admire, every calm leader, every confident speaker, every person who seems to move through life with quiet strength, they were once exactly where you are right now, uncertain, maybe a little tired, wondering whether small habits could really matter that much. They did not have a secret you do not have access to. They simply started, imperfectly, on an ordinary morning, and they kept showing up long after it stopped feeling exciting. That is the entire secret, hidden in plain sight, available to absolutely anyone willing to claim their mornings back. And if some mornings still go wrong, if you forget, if you sleep late, if you scroll your phone before you meant to, please be gentle with yourself. This is not about perfection, it is about direction. One missed morning does not erase your progress, just like one misstep does not end a long walk. What matters is returning, again and again, without guilt, without giving up, simply beginning again the very next morning, as if it were your very first try. If something in this video touched you today, if you felt even one small spark of, yes, I want that for my mornings too, then this is exactly the place for you. Join our community here at WisdomLoom English, where we explore honest growth and real English fluency together, week after week. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next idea that could quietly change how you wake up tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Now go rest well tonight, because a powerful morning is already waiting for you.